Looks like we got here first. Is everything all right? You seem a little out of it.
Sorry. I probably shouldn't zone out like that with a gun in my hands, huh? Am I making you nervous?
No, not really.
Well, you should be. I don't have any formal training like you. I never even held a gun until recently. Can I be honest with you?
Sure.
There's a reason I decided to come here with you. I want to meet Commander Baron myself. They're here.
When I heard that Private Rivers of the non-existent Pacific Division needs to have a meeting with me, I thought, oh, what a lucky girl I am. But then I started thinking, who is Private Rivers? And why should I treat him as anything other than the deserter he is? So right now I'm hoping you give me a good reason why I shouldn't just skip the court-martial and execute you where you stand.
This is bullshit.
And who do we have here? A brave scavenger? Rivers, do you always bring unauthorized civilians to fight your battles for you?
We would have got to you sooner if you hadn't pulled out all your troops from Pasadena. People died there because of you!
And what did you do about it? Did you pick up a gun and fight back? Or did you run like you sewer rats always do?
Jennifer's right. There's no need for any of that.
Yeah. Today is all about Private Rivers. So what can you tell me that I don't know already?
A few weeks ago, the outpost I was stationed at was ambushed by a Terminator, I think. It was half man, half machine. The entire Pacific Division was wiped out by a single enemy.
Half man, half machine? What are you talking about? How did your men let an enemy get that close to you?
And we didn't know it was a machine. It could walk, talk, bleed, sweat. There was no way to distinguish it as an enemy. It infiltrated us perfectly.
This infiltrator, is it still alive?
I'm not sure.
Okay, for now keep everything to yourself. I don't want any rumors, especially since you only think you saw something. Skynet's coming! We're not done here yet, Rivers. Take this plasma. You're a resistance soldier. Time to act like one. To your positions!
Drones! Up there!
Fire at will!
Take cover!
Don't be shy, Rivers! This is a great time to impress me! I think I got one! More will come! We need to move!
Get that door open! What the fuck? Fall back! Fall back!
Eyes on that door!
Terminators!
Oh, no, it's not! Ariel, go, go! This was an ambush! They knew we were coming!
How did they know?
With the annihilation line getting closer, they must have eavesdropped on our conversation. We're on their radar now. God damn it! They were waiting for us!
We're surrounded!
Take positions!
I got this!
Leaving already?
There's too many of them!
Hold it! Through here! Come on! Follow her!
Watch out!
Take cover!
No!
We need to help him! He's dead. You want to help someone? Help yourself and take his rifle.
More of them up here!
Stay low! Don't stop shooting! Through that storage area!
Inside! Get inside!
We used to have an outpost here, but we were spread out too thin and had to pull everyone back. When the annihilation line hit us, we couldn't hold our positions. We would be dead if we stayed.
Is that what happened in Pasadena?
Exactly. There's a shortcut that'll get us out of here. We just have to make our way to that industrial building. As soon as that aerial moves, we run. It's clear. Go! We're getting close! Keep going! Up there! Rivers! Are you okay? Shoot that thing! Jacob, get up!
I'm sorry about before. And I'm sorry about your soldiers.
No need for that. You'll have a hard time getting up every morning if you dwell on that too much. Machines don't do that, and if we want to destroy them, neither can we. Rivers, since Pacific Division no longer exists, you will now answer to me. That makes you a part of TechCom. Congratulations. No more sitting around waiting for Skynet to come to you. Over here, we go out there and meet the enemy face on. This is it. Resistance Shelter, South Division. Baron, DN 38217.
Commander?
They're with me.
Where are the others? Where's my husband?
They're dead. Over here's our quartermaster. If you need anything beyond the standard issue equipment, work it out with him. And here's Alvin, Residing Chief Egghead.
I prefer Laboratory Director.
Like I said, Egghead. He supplies all TechCom units with weapon modifications.
Everything looks well organized.
It is. Everyone pulls their weight here. If someone doesn't, we become weak. And you can probably imagine where I stand on being weak. I'll get right to it. There's a reason I decided to meet you. We intercepted some interesting data. It turns out you're part of a prestigious group. A group of people that Skynet marked for termination. See, John Connor, the leader of the Resistance, is #1 on that list. Then there's me. I know, I'm flattered. Every day, we lead, we fight, and we plan on how to destroy Skynet's central core. So I know exactly why we're on that fucking list. But why would Private Rivers be #3?
That infiltrator said something about me being marked for termination.
Huh. Interesting. I'll have to have a word with Connor about that. And that brings me to my second point, your first assignment. After the Annihilation Line got to Pasadena, Skynet started building installations there. I want you to go there and collect some intel, so we know what we're up against.
Sounds dangerous.
It will be. Check with Alvin before you go. He'll have something for you. Remember, you might be valuable to Skynet, but the way I see it, you're still a private. Dismissed. And Rivers, civilians don't need to know about what happened out there.
I see you got that bus running again.
You didn't think I would, did you? Well, don't wrap me off just yet. I still got it. Anyhow, I got something for you. It's called a termination knife. It's supposed to shut down a Terminator with a single stab, so if you sneak in and you want to take them down silently, well, that's your go-to weapon. I guess you could say it terminates Terminators. Wow, that was almost as bad as Jan.
Where did you get that?
A group of travelers came by earlier. We traded, talked for a while. Actually, they said something that got my attention. Something about meeting a guy out there who kept asking about Jacob Rivers. He said he didn't seem right. You don't think it's that thing that you told us about before, do you? Sorry, I probably should have said something right away.
You're going to Pasadena?
Yep, I am.
I have a mission for you. A secret mission. Super important. Probably the most important of them all.
What is it?
Could you bring me my chalk?
Chalk?
Yeah. It's at my house. The one with the beware sign on the side. Could you bring it to me? I mean, if you could. I did bring you that bullet one time.
I'll see what I can do.
Cool.
Sending you the first set of pictures.
That's exactly what we need. Move to the second point.
Second batch going through.
Got it. One more to go.
That's the last one.
Good job with these pictures, Rivers.
Jacob, how is Pasadena? You know what? Forget I asked. I don't want to know. I'm just glad that you're all right.
And how are you doing?
I guess I'm a little nervous before tomorrow.
Do you need help with anything?
Is that your best pickup line? Sorry, that was a bad joke. I tend to do that when I'm stressed. I think I got it from my dad. Better that than his mustache, right? Oh, I'm sorry, don't mind me.
Seems you were very close.
As close as could be. He taught me everything I know. Sometimes without me even knowing. This one time, when I was little, he wanted to make a huge sign that said, "Welcome," on the side of our house in Pasadena. So he said, "I bet you can't spell that." And of course I had to prove him wrong. Believe me, now I know how stupid that was.
Not at all. That was very clever.
Yeah, he was always full of bright ideas. Thanks for trying to make me feel better. After Judgment Day, my dad turned our house into a safe haven. A home for everyone who'd lost theirs. We were like a family with an endless supply of uncles and aunts. I guess my father wanted to help with the war. We never really used guns, so the only thing we could do was to help others in need.
Seems like he helped a lot of people.
He did. Right till the very end. Anyway, it was actually really cool. Everybody loved him, and he loved having them around. I think it's because he always had a brand new audience to listen to his bad jokes. He had this really terrible one. He'd walk into the room and ask if anyone had seen his remote because his team was playing. They always laughed at it. I'll never understand why.
Sounds like a champion of dad jokes.
He may have coined the term. I was begging for him not to find a whoopee cushion on a scavenger hunt. He'd literally get a heart attack from the excitement. Look at me yapping. I'm sorry, you probably have enough on your plate. Anyway, thanks. It's really nice to have someone to talk to.
Wake up! We need to move.
What's going on?
Everyone, wake up! You need to get out of here.
Who the fuck are you?
It doesn't matter. What matters is that you can't stay here any longer.
She asked a question, and I suggest answering.
You don't want to do that. I've got this place rigged with explosives, and there's a detonator in my pocket.
You got what?
Do you mind? Lower your gun, Ryan. He's the one that saved my life. What do you want from us? You have to get out of here. Skynet's on its way. They finally found you.
What you mean they found us? They were looking for us?
Not for you. For him. He's essential to winning this war. Skynet knows that. That's why they've been following him for months. I have to make sure nothing happens to him. In a couple of minutes, an infiltrator will walk in here trying to kill him. I can't let that happen. We have to bury that Terminator here once and for all.
All right, everybody, you heard him. Let's get moving. I'll get the bus ready.
There's no time for that. There's a passage here. It will lead you out. Use it.
What was that?
All right, everyone, get out!
Jacob!
Give me that. It's the same one. It's the same model. Leave! Now!
How the hell's he still alive?
Go! Watch out! Don't just stand there! Run! Baron listened to us. She could no longer deny that this infiltrator was a real threat. She decided to take everyone in, on her terms. The shelter was on high alert, but thanks to the intel I gathered in Pasadena, we slowed the advance of the Annihilation Line and gained some time. Just enough to start preparing the counterattack.